Hey YouTube, it's Michelle, and I am coming to you from my conference room at work, and I want to give you a very quick show and tell of a couple of journals that I've made recently. One's a work in progress, the other one is completed and was done for a challenge. So I'm going to show you week number 2 of my September daily, and then I want to show the final journal that I ended up making. It's a paper bag journal that I made for the Dollar Tree Junk Journal Challenge that is being hosted by I'm a Cool Mom. So I'm going to flip it around and show you what I've got. Bye. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to try to do this as quick as possible. So first of all, let's look at this completed journal. I love the way this came out. All of the items were made using things found at the Dollar Tree on Sunday. I decided to do the challenge and went to Dollar Tree after church on Sunday, and then while watching football and cooking dinner, etc., made this journal, and then came in Monday and did some additional things just to finish it off. So the first thing that I did was the calendar. I used the calendar front from my dollar store calendar, and I said that it had scriptures in it, but it just had inspirational messages. And so this message was on the first page, and it's faith makes all things possible, love makes all things easy. So what I did was I made kind of a little label banner here and added that to the front, as well as when I was looking, I am crazy about glue globs, and so I was looking at the journal carefully, and when I went to adhere this wired ribbon down onto the front cover, you kind of and positioning it, there was a glue glob right there. So I added a third bloom, and I forgot to tell you that the centerpieces of the flowers in the flower collage are from those rubber stamps. So what I did was one of the pieces had like the little roses, and so I just fussy cut around the roses, and you put those in the center, and then added glossy accents on those there. Another thing, now that I am hooked on these boho beads, I went on ahead and took all of the items that I used in the journal. So I took some of the polka dot burlap, I took some of the flowers. I took right there, you see that's part of those laces, the sticky laces, stickers, the lace stickers, and I made a boho bead to match the journal. So I've added a couple of beads at the top and the bottom. My wire wrapping is getting much better there, but just love the way that came out, and that's on a bulb clip from Denise's shop, and Denise is a Tattered Dream down in New Mexico. And so I just wanted to show you that. So I think the only other thing that I added, the back page, I had not finished, and I had said I was going to put a glassine bag on the back, and oops, this just came out there. And so what I did, I'm going to flip right through, was I created another one. So on the very first side of this, I had made a little envelope, kind of like a waterfall where you could journal, but there's also tuck spots. So I went on ahead and added another one in the back. And also I made more. I had so many of those paper clips, I made more of the paper clip embellishments as well. So that's the only thing else that I've done different. Again, that stencil barely held up, but it held up enough for me to complete the journal. So I have 5 envelopes and then a back page here that I added to that back page of the paper bag. There we go. So there was that, and I definitely stay tuned. I love the way this came out. I put in more tags. I definitely put in more of the paper clip embellishments too. I've got them throughout, And so I think this would be a great giveaway for my 600 subbies. So stay tuned for that. And then let me catch you up on my September daily. It's going pretty good. Couple of days, when they're dry, nothing much happening. I think we stopped off with the 10th, which was a Sunday. I had done this card. This is what I wore to church that Sunday. And I had added the notes from the class in this envelope. And then this was the 11th. And this was the front cover of a Victoria Trading magazine that I copied onto a glassine bag. And then I just made a tag saying what had happened on that day. On the 12th, one of my recent graduates had lunch. We went to lunch together. And so I made this really cute, this definitely is a Sue Olson model pocket. Looks like a blouse, and I put a little bit of lace behind, and there's lace going down the front. And then I made buttons. I used a punch and made buttons to match. But we went to a sushi grill, and what's so funny is she asked me if I looked like sushi, and instead of just saying no or not really, I was being funny, and I said, yeah, as long as it's fried. And so she took that to mean, yeah, I like tempura. Needless to say, we went to the sushi place, and so I just have pictures of what I was wearing that day, me and her. I took a card from I like the little character from the sushi place. And then also that day I made a set of thank you notes for a young lady, young entrepreneur who is all about small businesses. And so she had recently had a seminar and wanted to thank the sponsors and asked me to make her some thank you cards. So appreciate that business. And so there's a picture of the cards. So then on the 13th, this is a young lady. She came and picked up her cards, and then I had lunch with a girlfriend from church who, love her, put in an order for 4 Bible journals for our Women's Day that's coming up. I did a kind of a summary page here of what's happened. The 14th was definitely Advisor Day. My collegiates have started up, and so I went on ahead and had to go to the University of Denver as well as to Metropolitan State University. So did that, did some administrative things there. And then on the 15th, which was a Friday, I took another picture of myself. This is because I'm sporting these sassy lips again. And then I had a request for a wedding card. The couple's colors were red and gray, and so I did a vintage card. And inside I just used Ecclesiastes 4:9 through 12, which just talks about a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. And then here I did a picture of my boho beads. I did do a video on these. They are so addictive. So I have made some using mostly vintage laces. I don't have a whole lot of fabric, but I have rolls and spools and just tons of different laces. And so I even used those little tulle roses and everything and just made some boho beads. Got a thank you note in the mail. And then here's that Sunday Dollar Tree challenge, and so you can see the difference here. These were the items that I used in the challenge, and this is what I completed Sunday. This is the way it looked Sunday evening when I did my video. And then I showed on Monday the 18th, there we go, sorry, it was out of frame, guys, or out of that. I did showed another picture showing the boho bead that I had made, as well as putting on the little inspirational quote and adding a third flower to the collage there. And then just in here I tucked in another close-up of that journal. And then this was a fun day. Yesterday, a group of the seniors of my sorority, our Delta Deers, went on a train ride to the Royal Gorge, and it's in the mountains. It's south of Colorado Springs, past Pueblo near Canyon City. So en route to see Denise down south of me in New Mexico. But we went about 3 hours out, 2.5 hours, 3 hours out from Denver. And I wanted to just use a vintage image. So this is a train station image that I got off of Pinterest, and then this was my sister was in a play in 1913, and they did a historical rendition of just trains and African Americans, and so I had that picture, and so I thought that kind of went with the theme. And then here was the ensemble. So I have a picture of the ensemble that day. And then I added the brochure from the trip and put a little ticket here showing the date that I went. And then when you flip it over, I have a waterfall of the train trip. So there, my dad was on the trip, my mom was on the trip. Just some beautiful scenery. We had a great meal while we were on the train. Here's just showing some of the people on the trip. This is a suspension bridge. The train tracks were way below the suspension bridge that's above. This is just one of the tourist attractions outside of Denver. And then there was a gentleman on there who was playing the accordion. And this was our conductor, Stan. And Stan came by to take a selfie with me. So that's it, guys. You're all caught up. I hope everybody's having a great Thursday. Looking forward to tomorrow, Friday. Busy weekend coming up, but plan on doing some crafting. Definitely need to get started on those 4 Bible journals. So hope everybody's having a great day, and we will see you soon. Bye.